Okay, going live. Okay, there we go. It says I'm live now. We'll check this on my phone, so a little audio mic check. 1 2 1 2. Okay, it says I'm live on here. 1 second. Okay, it says I'm live on here. 1 second. Okay, awesome. Okay, it says I'm live on here. 1 second. Okay, awesome. Okay, it says I'm live on here. 1 second. Oh no, we're in an eternal death loop. Okay, there we go. We're good to go. Perfect, and the audio should be fine now. Yeah, all right, fantastic. So I'll leave this as the opening section right here and give a quick introduction as always. Okay, there we go. What's up? Hey everybody, been Jay here. Welcome to yet another live stream. Really enjoy doing these here on YouTube, and everyone's welcome to join. So if you want to just comment, then join the chat, and if you want to jump on the actual video, then leave a message and I'll shoot you a Zoom link. But let's get this thing started. So first of all, it is a Thursday, well, technically Friday morning here in Korea, and chilling at my house. I had some delicious chicken for dinner. I'll be snacking on that during the stream. I didn't plan anything specific for today, so it's really going to be free-for-all, whatever happens. But I will show off this little thing I got behind me. So from the last stream, my lighting broke right before the stream started. So jumped on Coupang and got new lighting that just arrived today, and I set it up as I was. That's why the stream, part of the reason why the stream started late, because I was setting it up. Here we go. This is the new one right here, and got it set up right behind my computer. So it's a small, like rectangle shape, unlike the other one, which was a circle. But it seems to be pretty good. I need to test it out and see, how it goes. But like for right now, very powerful, and I like it. Less clunky. I'll be able to travel with this one. I couldn't travel with the other one, obviously, because who's gonna travel with this? But yeah, so it got the lighting back, and that's nice to know. Also, of course, we do have a new Jeans music video that's just dropped an hour ago. New chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen. Everyone's talking about Instagram Threads or Threads by Meta. So a lot going on. And I kind of want to wait around a little bit before jumping into it, because I'd love to have Val or Paul or someone to bounce ideas off of. So let's just chill for a bit. Let me know if anybody's watching right now. Would love to hear what you guys are up to. Also, would love to hear some ideas from the chat on what we should do for future streams, because that would be fun as well. I have a suggestion from EJ. He gave me a good idea. He said, I had an idea for one of your streams. Would probably have to be one of the more involved groups, but essentially the idea would be to have discussions per usual, but we have to slip in fake facts or fake data throughout the conversation without triggering the suspicions of, hey, let me fact check that. Each person could keep track of how many fake facts they slipped in without detection, and we tally it up at the end, which I love. I think that would be really fun. He added another footnote. He said, I feel like the nuance is that we could bring out some really crazy facts that are actually true and could learn stuff along the way. I'm down for that. We love doing the fact checks now that we do it on YouTube. We're able to do it better. Also, I want to do a similar one where we have like a secret agenda or a secret keyword or some kind of secret mission we have to do during the live stream, and then guessing like what the mission or what the agenda is. I think that would be so much fun. So yeah. I need a message. Let me send the link out to a few more people. Hang on. Because I want to have a few more people. I wanted to see if the guys want to jump on from last time. That would be really fun. Lost the group chat, I think. Where to go? How can you search group chats, I wonder? How would you do that? Now it doesn't even tell you what the group chat that's from. I have like the latest shares, but maybe because I read the messages already, it's gone. I don't know. Trying to find. Okay, send Val the link. Yeah, we gotta talk about threads. I'm curious about everyone's take on threads and who's using it and everything. I think Ethan's at work, so I'll send him a link. And then, oh man, I cannot find that group chat. There it is. There we go. Sent the link out to a few people, so I'll see if they want to jump on. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk. There we go. Val's here. Perfect. Admit. Yes! Thank God Val is here. Hey, Val. How you doing?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? I was just holding the fort down until like you jumped on. Like, please hurry, please hurry. I'm scared. I'm alone.
I'm joining this to talk about threads.
Okay, good, because I think that's the most important thing. Like everybody is talking about threads. My gosh. Okay, here's the weird thing: is that like there was an app literally by Instagram called Threads back in I think 2020 or 2021, and so I was like a little bit confused because like I had seen the app before. Let me see if I can find it. Nope, it's going to be overwritten by the internet now. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they're like erased it all.
It was this one right here. This was the Threads app, and it was like made by Instagram. It's called Threads by Instagram, and a little bit different function. You could do DMs from inside of Threads, and you could also post like updates before they had it inside the app itself. But it was literally called Threads, and so like same concept. I don't know. I'm wondering like if that's a coincidence, if they just had the same copyright, so they're like, hey, let's change this app, or what? But it was like, yeah, the same name and everything. Weird, huh?
They probably had ownership of the name.
And they just tried to repurpose it. I'm assuming that's what must have happened. But it must have been pretty. Like, I guess I'm the only one that remembers it because no one else is talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember it. I mean, maybe some other tech people, but
I only knew it because of like some of my friends would use it, and so I saw it because of them. But I never really used. I did download it, but never used it. Have you downloaded Threads, Val? The new one?
Oh yeah, I'm on there.
Let me follow you right this minute.
But I tied it to my other Instagram because I want to keep my personal.
Oh shit! Are you about to go like wild on Threads? All your hot takes?
No, because I just feel like my Twitter is just very, for the most part, very like politics oriented. You know, tech. You know, like information. So, and obviously, I don't know how Threads is going to work out. Or not.
And there's also this big thing right now, and I'll just read it from the app. It says, you can always delete individual posts. To delete your Threads profile and data, you need to delete your Instagram account. So now everyone's getting a bit nervous about that.
I saw that. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm on there, but I haven't, I think I've, reposted or I don't even rethreaded.
Rethreaded, is that what it's called? Okay.
I don't know.
I was curious. I was like, because every time we got it down to like a routine now. It's like you get a new app, new lingo, new slang, new versions, new names for the same technology. So I was curious like what they were going to do.
So I liked a few things. I rethreaded one post, I think.
Okay.
And, I'm trying to curate who I follow because it's really annoying of that it's just giving you everybody and their mother.
Correct.
So you can't really manipulate anything yet. So it's a wait and see.
I don't want to be rude to anyone, but like that was one of the nice things about the new app is I don't have to follow everyone I follow on Instagram. So when I joined, I was like, yeah, we're not that close. I'm not gonna follow you. I'm sorry. So I just followed some like my close music friends and people I'm close with, and but it's also
for me, it's literally trying to see if it's going to be a Twitter alternative.
If it
since Twitter's just yeah, I'm trying to see if it'll be my Twitter alternative, but
Everyone's
we'll
curious.
see.
Everyone's curious. Yeah. I mean, it's for me. It's like strike while the iron's hot. So I posted my nudes on there already.
Hmm.
I can't get them down. I'm like now or
Are these your
never.
nudes? Your
Yeah.
nude mask?
Yeah, my nude mask on. Oh man. Yeah. It's weird. It's kind of exciting whenever a new app drops because like there's that thrill of like, what's going to happen, what's the environment, what's it going to be like. It's a little bit annoying because it's like, same old, same old. You don't want to get overwhelmed by it. Do you think what's your first impressions on it all, Val?
Mm.
I know you haven't used it very much, but does it feel comfortable? Do you like the interface?
Yeah, I mean the interface is fine. I mean it's like Twitter Lite,
Yeah,
sort of.
exactly. Exactly. Mm,
So yeah, I mean, again, I mean, it's like I said, it's about being able to follow just who you want to follow.
mm-hmm.
That I guess they'll get there. What did I send you? That they have 30 million people already.
Mm-hmm. My gosh. No surprise though.
Oh, well,
No surprise.
well, but it's easy, right?
Exactly.
It was a really easy to turn on. Like if you have
Mm-hmm.
an Instagram, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's a
Well,
really easy thing to sign on.
I mean, I think that's kind of the point of discussion here, isn't it? Though, I mean, the whole thing about Meta and the fact that like how big Meta is and how much they control in the
Hmm.
social media space. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I think in terms of Twitter, Twitter has like the long-standing recognition, so it's gonna be hard. It would be very hard to like completely wipe that away. I mean, even thinking about,
Hmm.
I don't know about other countries. I know that for Japan, Twitter's kind of a big deal. Like if you're in the Japanese entertainment scene, like everyone uses Twitter. It's a major thing there to communicate like what you're doing, what events are going on, and all that kind of stuff. Like, is Twitter's the place to go for Japan? And so I'm curious if it's the same way for other countries. I don't know, like maybe Mexico, maybe Finland. I have no idea. But like if it's like that for Japan, I'm assuming there must be other countries where it's also a mainstay. So it.
Well, I didn't
Mhm.
I didn't know this, but apparently because of for the European Union regulation,
Oh yes,
Thread is not
I heard that.
available yet.
I heard that. Yeah.
So that's an interesting little twist. I mean, some people have hacked it through VPNs and all that, but
But it's inconvenient to use, which would lower the likelihood of them using it. Yeah. Yeah,
for
here's the
now,
thing from Zuck. Wow, 30 million signups as of this morning feels like the beginning of something special, but we've got a lot of work ahead to build out the app. So what he said. Yeah, I don't
yeah. I
know.
mean, somebody was commenting
Mm.
about like Meta and the information they have on you. I'm like, they already have my information. I have a Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I hate
So,
to sound like that, but I completely agree. It's like, guys, whatever information they're keeping, they already have on you. It's just if they're using it or not, if they're telling you or not. To
they
be
keep
fair,
telling me to buy mattresses.
oh, have you seen that one? What is it? I think it was. There was some post, like I think it was on Twitter or it was a meme of some sort. They're like, Amazon, just because I bought a toilet does not mean I have a newfound obsession with buying toilets. I'm not gonna go crazy and buy all the toilets you show me now. I have one. I'm good.
I only have one bathroom.
Yeah. No, like you said though, it was very easy to get into. It's nice because it's new. It's not like flooded yet with like issues and problems and stuff like that. Um, and of course, there's the tie in with Instagram. That's obviously convenient as well. The I do wonder about like the longevity and how it's going to play out because I mean, if you look at platforms that Meta's taken care of in the past, Facebook, like I don't know. This is kind of a mute point because everything has its cycle. But like Facebook went to become massively popular, and then like now it's not not cool anymore. People still use it obviously, but it's just like not really like a main
Hmm.
thing. And then same way with Instagram, I feel like as well had the huge peak moment. Everyone's talking about it, everyone uses it, and now it's kind of like in the declining stages of relevancy. I feel like. Do you agree with that assessment, Val? Do you think Instagram's in the declining stages or not?
I think it's probably consistent, right? Like it may not have any more growth.
Mm, okay.
and it may not lose anybody. But who, I mean, I'm sure somebody has the stat. We know that the platform that's growing the most has been TikTok.
Correct. Yeah, but I also think it's like you have to take into consideration stuff like YouTube as well. And this is purely anecdotal, but like people who I've my own experience and then some people I've talked to as well. Like one social media platform that people don't think of as social media is like YouTube. And people spend a lot of time on
Mm,
YouTube, I think more than I realize. And now with stuff like YouTube
mm,
Shorts, I think that's really encouraging that as well. So obviously Instagram lost a lot of the pie to TikTok, and I think now with YouTube doing Shorts, it's like now TikTok and YouTube will kind of in the race, I think, as well as Instagram.
mm. Yeah, I mean, I think of like YouTube as a long form. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I do know about the shorts, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a long form video for me. So I don't know. I think the thing with Threads right now, I think so many people are looking for a Twitter alternative because of
Yeah.
the
Yeah, all the drama that's gone on the past
because
year.
of the ownership.
Yeah. Well, and all the drama that he's led as well over the last like year has been insane. How many freakouts and end of the platforms have we heard in just the past 6 months?
And well, I mean, look what happened just last week with the constraints of like you only get like
Oh
600, you
yeah,
can only read like 600 tweets.
that
I don't know
viewer
how
thing is
accurate that is because
insane.
I feel like you reach 600 really easily, and I feel like I must have passed 600.
Yeah, I know, right? So I wanna check this because I saw someone talking about it, and I'm not sure if it was like legitimate or just a theory. Um, Basically, I heard someone say it was connected to like a secret behind the scenes issue, and then he kind of used it as like a cover up to fix the mistake. And I'm gonna verify that before we accept it as truth, because I'm curious if it's true or not.
I may have to drop off for like a couple minutes because I have to
Totally.
pick up my food downstairs.
Oh, yummy. What are you
So
gonna eat?
I'm getting Peruvian. Well, I'm getting
Ooh.
a veggie roll and French fries.
Veggie roll and French fries. Okay, that sounds pretty yummy. That does sound pretty
So
yummy. Yeah, just jump off whenever you
should
need
be
to.
delivered soon, yeah. Just so
Okay.
you're not like, why am I talking to myself?
I do that a lot. It's okay. I actually don't. Do you talk? I don't really talk to myself that much. Actually, if I'm alone, I'm usually just don't say much at all. Do you, Val?
I, well, is it talking to yourself if it's like an imaginary search situation?
Because I do that 100%, Val. Like in my head, like I'm saying all sorts of stuff and thinking, but like out loud, I don't say very much unless I'm singing a song when I'm alone. But I don't usually
Yeah,
verbalize
I
it.
mean, no, I mean there may be like sometimes like these little moments of like
Sure,
you can do it
mutter
or
something.
but like a
Yeah.
full on conversation.
I. Yeah,
No,
not really.
except for with my imaginary friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, same for me. It's mostly in my head unless I'm singing a song or muttering something. Leading countries based on number of Twitter users as of January 2022. USA at 70, basically 77. Is that million or billion? Millions, right? Yeah, 70, 77 billion. What am I thinking? 76 million from about 77 million from USA. Yeah, about 59 million from Japan. 24 India, 19 for Brazil, 18 for Indonesia, and then 18 for United Kingdom. That is a lot of users, not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, over 10 million users from each country in the top 10 alone. But yeah, USA, Japan, India. Interesting. And probably don't have any data on that. They probably don't have any data on Threads yet, but I'd love to see the data for that as well.
They're busy collecting that data.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and then getting ready to sell it all for some big money. I did not hit the limit, by the way. I'm curious if anyone else did. I know people on Twitter did. I'm not sure if you did, Val. I did not. Policy notes. Yeah, nothing here about that. I wonder if it's fake or if it's just somewhere else. I'll double check it on the place I found it from, which was Imgur. Did I find the post? Probably not. Let's try it. I'm also a bit hungry, so I'm gonna grab some food. Let's do a tier ranking of the most popular social media websites. I'm going to need Photoshop for this one. And where's my tier list? Nope, not that one. I have a tier list here somewhere. I don't know where it's at, though. I should probably check.
What are you doing?
I thought it might be fun to do a tier list of all the social media websites and rank what we think about them.
There's apparently another one called Spill.
Spill? That one I have not heard about. What's the special thing about that?
It's another new one.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like images, or it's like an Instagram slash Twitter now thread. I have no idea.
Spill.
But I know I saw somebody talking about it.
Okay, Spill app. What is it and who can join? Okay, is a visual conversation at the speed of culture. See what's the teen area and community. Okay. Spill is visual conversation at the speed of culture. Whatever that means. Okay. So it kind of combines pictures and tweets together. Combining text with image, video, GIFs, and more.
I forgot my straw.
Oh no. it's interesting, but it's so, what's the word for it? It's kind of too novel, I feel like.
I feel like those picture things are
Yeah.
hit or miss.
Oh yeah, it's just so novel. I feel like you'd get over it very quickly. At first it seems fun, but then it's like after a while you're kind of like, okay, this is boring. Because you'll see the same pictures like over and over and over again, and
Well, and how many places can you post? I mean, like
oh, I know,
Instagram.
right?
I mean, I don't know. What's the new idea, people? New idea.
Yeah, that's a good question, Val. I mean, like, what is next for social media, social communication? I mean, the trend's been reinvented like so many times over the years without too much change. I mean, I think all the changes have been very micro, just in terms of like incorporating bigger sizes of pictures or shorter videos or whatever. But like beyond that, MySpace and Facebook aren't all that different, you know?
Yep.
I mean, even talking about threads, I mean, like, I'm assuming that if threads gets popular enough, I don't see why Instagram wouldn't just directly incorporate it into Instagram itself. And then just have like different tabs for like your threads, your feed, and then like the recommended or whatever.
Like a thread upon your post. Like you post on Instagram and then there's a thread attached to your kind of like the comments,
Okay.
but
That's interesting.
real time? I don't know. I mean,
It's
it's real
it's just that
time.
like I don't know there's any reason for them to separate the different apps if they're both equally popular, you know?
Hmm.
So it only makes sense for them to
Hmm.
combine it all into one. I mean, even like look at Facebook. Well, Facebook's like so bloated. There's so many different tabs and things you can do on Facebook, whether it's events or communities or you're messaging someone or you're posting on your feed. So it feels like Instagram might just be moving in that direction. This is a chart that shows us most popular social media from 2004 to 2022. And what's these? Are these numbers the users or what is that? Okay, daily time spent using social networks is 2 hours and 27 seconds, it seems like. That's the worldwide average.
Oh, Facebook is still the top. Oh yeah.
Yep, it says here in millions, and of course this is measuring globally. So, yeah,
Yeah, in parts of the world, that's like the only thing people have.
yeah, yeah. And there's different associations, I think, with the platforms based on what country you're from as well, like what's still popular, what's
Mm.
not popular. So yeah, Facebook at 2.9 billion, close enough to about 3 billion. YouTube at 2.5 million. So like I said, not that far behind. Not that far behind. WhatsApp at a perfect 2 billion. Instagram 1.4. WeChat 1.2. TikTok 1 million. Yeah. Oh no, is that 1 billion? 1 billion. Sorry, 1 billion. Messenger again 1 billion. WeChat, and then Snapchat. Snapchat's weird. It's weird that Snapchat still exists. So it's still a thing for people. I never got into that wave. I never got into it, but people still use it.
I think I used it. I used to use it for the filters, and
Oh,
then
okay.
Instagram added filters,
So it's like there's
and
no need. Yeah.
exactly. I
Hmm.
think these people just ruined my cilantro sauce.
What what they do?
I think they added a spice to it
Oh, why would they do that?
because restaurants like to change flavors and make things, nobody asked you to fix
Yeah,
it.
no, it wasn't broken. What did you have to fix it?
Either that or they put part of my sushi roll on like next to wasabi or something. I have no idea.
Oh, it
There's a
sucks.
kick.
I'm sorry, Val.
It's okay. I'll survive.
Yeah, but it's still annoying
I'll survive.
because you get
Yeah.
the you want to expect like what you're getting and then it's not what you expected. It's kind of like I want the normal thing, not this.
But the fries are damn good.
Oof, yummy. Fries are best when they're hot, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty interesting right here. It's the population compared to the social media users. So it went from 7.8 billion population and 4.2 billion social media users to now we're at 8.3 billion for the population. Oh, no, that's a projection. Sorry, 2023. 8 billion population and 4.8, close to about 5 billion social media users, which is a pretty high ratio.
Well, basically, the people that aren't using it are super young or super old, probably.
Basically, yeah.
Or don't have money.
Yeah, about 62%. Interesting. What are your top 5 social media apps that you use, Val?
Instagram and Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter. Okay. How much time do you use on them? Do you know?
No, because I don't want to. Don't want to know.
Don't want to know, exactly.
I don't want to be shamed into, you're on social too much.
I think
I would say third is probably YouTube.
Yeah. I'm going to check my Instagram right now because it's honestly not. Time on Instagram says here 27 minutes for my daily average.
Oh, well, yeah, you're not on there a lot.
Almost never. Only if I need to respond to like a specific message. Yeah. The last was 8 minutes, 23 minutes, 33 minutes, 32 minutes, 23 minutes, 11 minutes. So, yeah, I do not like Instagram. It's kind of annoying.
Well, I just go to the stories and then there's people that I just have little chats with. So it's like, it's not, on an occasion I post on my stories. Lately, I haven't been feeling like it.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I wonder about it though.
Yeah,
I wonder like why. Sometimes I overthink it. And I'm kind of like wondering like, why do I feel that way about it? You start to question like, why do I feel this way about this app or that app?
What do you mean? Expand on that.
So, okay, it's gonna be therapy then. I think with Instagram, like one reason I don't like it is because there's so much pressure on the platform for me. Yeah, because of the size of my audience and the people who I know watch it. So then there's kind of this, and also my own personal expectations as well. So on one hand, you're thinking about, who's going to see this, who's not going to see this. And you're also thinking about, for me, there's also like a high level of a certain level of quality I've made for myself on there, where it's like, no, it needs to meet like this standard, before I post it. And, so I think you just combine those two things together. It just makes you like not want to be on the app because there's the part of it of like, everyone's going to see this, and the other part of it of like, I had to put all this effort in to make it look to a certain level. Otherwise it's just like, it's not going to perform well, not going to go over well. So.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure how much of it's true, how much of it's not true. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely true to some extent, even though people say that quality doesn't matter. Like, it's bullshit. Like, Instagram quality does matter. There's a certain style that you have to create stuff in and deliver it in for it to actually be worth posting on the platform. Otherwise, it's just literally not worth it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, no matter how unstylized you make it, it still has to be stylized.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Val. Exactly. I mean, there was even this quote that from Mr. Beast that was like kind of nailed it. What did he say? He said, "Man, it's always on Twitter, but it's always like someone else retweeting it." So I wish I could figure out. It's always hard to find that stuff because someone like reposted or post a quote, but. An interesting person. I don't think he said it. I'm pretty sure it was someone else who quoted for it.
It wasn't me.
This one was interesting, the one I had posted already, and you'd seen it, where you said, sometimes I regret going on podcasts and sharing everything I know about YouTube. I thought people would use the knowledge to innovate and be inspired, but tons just copy the exactly what I do and don't change anything. Kind of sad how many Mr. Beast clones there are. That one was pretty interesting.
But how many people have an actual original idea?
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
uh-huh.
I mean, if you think about it, everything out there is regurgitated stuff in some form or another.
Mm-hmm.
Like very, very few things are you like, oh my God, that was one of a kind or original or I don't know.
Yeah.
And then for YouTube, I'm assuming you probably, just like you were saying with Instagram, there's sort of like a formula to success.
No, precisely, and that was the quote I was looking for. I'll just give a quick summary of what he said. I can't remember what it was exactly word for word, but basically he said it's easy. He said if I started another channel and without using my face, without using my voice, without using my connections, he said I could get to 1 million followers within X amount of time. He said because there's just this formula that I follow, a formula I have, and it works. He said I've given it to other people and they've done it. He said it's just how it is, and to some like. To be lenient, like I'm sure it's an exaggeration to some extent, but there's also a lot of truth to that. There's definitely things you learn about human behavior and about what pops, and if you know that kind of stuff, you can just combine it together to create a brand like Mr. Beast has done with his content. So, yeah, it's just kind of like that. I think with any social media, there's definitely rules that if you follow them, then you can achieve recognition or get the fan base or whatever you want.
Like on Instagram, if you use the right song on your reel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Follow the trends, post at the right time, give it the right description, call to action, all that kind of stuff. But it's also so annoying because it's like, at that point, you're kind of just commoditizing your art, where it's just a formula rather than artistic expression. Like you said, Val, like being creative. It's not, you don't really get to be as creative anymore because you've got to play within these boundaries,
But it's like that whole song thing for the reels, right? It's like, okay, some of them are really catchy and all that stuff. It's like, I want songs that, like, if I were to make reels, I would be picking songs that I like. Like, this song somehow portrays the mood that I'm trying to express.
Oh, I know, right? And you're like, no, they don't get it. Like this song and the backstory and the reason he wrote it and the lyrics say this and it connects to this point in the video. That's why I'm using it.
Exactly. But no, I've got to use watermelon sugar. I don't know. I just picked that song because I know it was like in every reel for like 5 minutes.
Oh man. Do you like Harry Styles' music? I'm not a big fan.
I do. I mean, I ended up listening to his music because I was like, I don't even know all of his music. Okay. And some of it's pretty decent. And I don't know about all of it, but some of it's pretty decent.
There's a few songs I have saved, but it's not something like I go back and listen to per se.
The funny thing is because you know how they always have that Spotify recap? Because I had happened to listen to all of his music all in one go. He was my top artist.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
I'm like, okay, sure. Just because.
Okay, we're taking that to Twitter. I'm sorry, Val, you just outed yourself. That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I'm like, I hacked the algorithm.
Yeah, you sure did. Oh, that's funny stuff. Yeah, I think I'm more a fan of the One Direction music. He's got a few good songs. Which ones do I have saved? I have As It Was. I had that one saved. Late Night Talking is
I like
saved.
that one.
Yeah, and Satellite. Those are the 3 ones I have here. There was also a song called Ghost, I think, from like his first album. That was a good one. Yeah, To Ghost. I like that one. It's kind of like a folk, a guitar-based one, so I enjoyed it. What else is on your Spotify top played? I'm curious, Val.
My top played right now. Well,
when I was like,
right
I
now
see the year recap, I think, from 2022. What was your year recap?
I don't. Maybe I have a screenshot. Hold on. Or can I just find that still?
It should have a playlist.
Does that exist somewhere?
Yeah. If you go like your playlist, it should. If you saved it, or if you can you search year wrapped and go to playlist? I think if you. Okay, yeah, you should be able to just type in top songs, and then it should pop up.
I got it.
Okay.
Whoop. Your top songs 2022.
Let's see.
Will it list it as top? I don't know.
Is it? I've always been curious about that as well. If it's in ranked order or not.
No, because it shows all the songs, but it doesn't seem to be in order.
Okay, got it.
Well, yeah, that's all the songs on the playlist. That's a lot of songs. Actually, here.
So it said Spotify have said it's mostly in order, but there is some rearranging in order to create a better flow throughout the playlist, it says. So probably like the top song is like the most played song, and then everything else is kind of hit and miss probably.
When did that come out?
Whoa, what? That article or the song?
The recaps. Yeah. Okay. Here.
I think December. I knew December, don't they?
I knew I did a screenshot.
Okay. Yeah.
So top artist.
Yeah.
Harry Styles. Number 2 is Sasha Alex Sloan.
Oh.
Number 3 is I don't know how you say it. 3Lau.
Oh, okay.
3LAU. Or Blau. I don't know, because since they use those numbers sometimes as letters.
Wait, how do you spell it?
3 and then LAU.
Oh, okay, yeah. Pronunciation, Blau.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is that supposed to be a B?
Yeah.
Number 4 is Sean Kim. And then number 5 is a Dutch group called Haven, Haevn.
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 Haevn, yeah.
No, E. Haevn. The E is before the V.
Like that? Haven? Or is it Haven? Wait, I'm spelling it wrong. Haven, Korean band?
No, they're not Korean.
Oh,
they're
not
Dutch.
Korean. Okay, sorry, Dutch. I thought you said Korean, my bad. Dutch band, Haven. Indie pop.
I don't know, I could have said Korean, but.
Oh, nice. I love indie pop.
And then top songs is that I can't see. Is your song a Harry Styles song? Maybe that's a Harry Styles song.
Your song, Elton John?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, nice. Throwback. Your song, Harry Styles. Yes. But he covered it. That's a cover though, so it's not by Harry Styles. Someone else.
Okay. No, I mean I know the Elton John song.
Yeah, of course.
Did a cover?
Rita, he did a cover at some point, it looks like. I want to see, let's see his. Is this his cover right here? So back from 6 years ago, it says.
It's a little bit funny.
Nope, that's not him. Unless his voice really changed. Harry Styles, Your Song. Okay, there we go. One Direction sing Your Song. So it was a group cover then.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
So young. 2010.
No, it's not. I found the song.
Oh, you
It's
found
a
it?
Sam Kim song.
Sam Kim.
It's
Okay.
from.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah.
No, definitely.
Give me
It's
the
not even
origi-
gonna be on.
Like, give me the original.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. There's a song from this album I think I love. I haven't heard this one.
비가 오면 우산이
It's a good song.
되어줄게. 깜깜하면 든대가 되어줄게.
And I know, and I know, and I know 너 슬픈 거 I know.
I've seen this album around a lot. I don't think I've ever actually listened to like the album itself though.
해가 들어줄게.
That's beautiful. I love it. That's beautiful.
And then the next one is Supernova by Haze, Haze.
Supernova by H.A. Wait, H-A-Z-E?
Mm-hmm.
Supernova Haze Moon.
Yes, something like that. Yeah, I would listen to that one a lot. I would like replay.
Good intro.
We believe there's this thing that exists. We call it love.
It's like they're like indie, aren't they? Like an indie band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I lean more
Nice.
indie.
Everything goes
There's a lot of stuff that gets like slept on, so I completely get it.
changes and never fades away.
Solid. Yo, yeah, I like that. That's dope. That is good. This one was looking for Sam Oak. This one's like just purely piano, but it's like a really beautiful composition.
That's pretty.
It is, yeah. I don't know anything about the artist, but I heard this song somehow was like suggested or something, and I was like, oh, that's a good song. Yeah, it was I think it was in 2020. It was 2020 or 2021 when like I got really into the slowed and reverb songs. So like my Spotify rankings a little bit messed up because I had listened to so much music on YouTube. I was like, no, that's not accurate. Like I was listening to the slowed and reverb version on YouTube.
You're like, not this one, another one.
Yeah. Like that should have ranked a bit higher. I love Elton John.
But you know who I recently discovered? The name is Blah, B-L-A-H. And
Wow,
they were popping
Blah.
up on my
So many.
No, Blah.
Blah this time,
Yeah.
okay.
Blah,
So-
blah.
Blah.
Blah. And he's a Korean artist. No.
Oh, you know what? I have a funny story actually. What the heck? What?
Nope.
Okay, Korean singer Blah. Okay, right here. Paradox, first album.
Yes.
Look,
I
it's
don't know.
probably...
See, I'm so terrible with like what the album names are.
No, right. I'm just like it's the only one popped up, so I'm trying to see.
But that's definitely him.
Okay, yeah. Here we go. Cool. It's always cool to see small independent artists like just doing their thing, you know. Just a few 2,000 followers and still doing photo shoots and putting all this stuff out there. It's nice to see. Nice to see. Well, it is like it's like the music industry is so big, it's so huge, and we're always
like if you're not viral.
Yeah, we're always focused on like the massive world touring famous ones, you know. So it's always cool to see other people who are still just doing their own thing and yeah, apparently doing okay at it, you know. Cool. Is there a specific song from him, Val? I'll pull it up if there's a certain one.
I think that one sounds pretty familiar. I have to look because it's on the Apple Music.
Okay. You use both of them, Val? You use both Apple and Spotify?
I do the free
Got it.
Apple Music every once in a while.
Yeah. Good. Apple Music, yeah, I did the same thing as you. I did like the demo for a while. Wasn't bad, but it's like no one uses it much, so it was kind of I don't know.
I also think that Spotify does a better job of, I don't want to say suggestions because it doesn't really suggest, but somehow with Spotify I find similar artists easier because
easily.
Apple Music literally wants me to be a K-pop lover. And I'm like, I like one or two songs, not this many.
Stop trying to make me a young fan.
So when I constantly do thumbs down,
yeah,
it doesn't seem to take in Apple Music. In Spotify, it takes. When you say I don't like this, it's like
Apple's
okay.
like, for now. But you don't like it for now.
Apple's like, no, but this is popular. You will like it.
That feature is so useful, by the way. Like, I definitely use it on, back to Twitter. Like, I definitely use it on Twitter. Like, there's so many random shitty things that get suggested on Twitter, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. Usually for me, it's like they give me like a lot of like CCTV footage or random fights or violent stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to see this stuff, or people getting hurt, and I'm like, why are you giving this to me? No. Yeah. Not a fan. Always had to just remove that. I was like, no, don't show me this stuff, please. Paul, how you doing?
I'm okay. It's been a long day.
Hey, Paul.
A long day. Let's get into it. What went down?
I just needed to go to the office today. Just like 2-hour drive.
What? 2-hour drive? That's like 4 hours there and back then, right?
Yep. Just about.
That's insane. I thought I had a long drive.
Well, thankfully, I only need to do it once or twice a week.
Okay. So you get to work from home rather than that, right?
Work from home, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's nice.
I was also thinking about what you guys were saying. I'm like, no, I'm getting recommended the perfect stuff. It's all K-pop.
No, please do. Maybe there's something I'm missing, you know? I'm not opposed. I just want the right song. You know, there's just like the right songs that like get you.
Like we talked about last time, Val, how to get someone interested.
The biggest fan of an artist that no one knew.
Like indie stuff, I guess, Paul? Is it for Korean music or just in general?
No. It was a Canadian.
Canadian, okay.
Her name was Light. Is Light. I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
What kind of music did she do?
Synth pop.
Good stuff. I love synth pop.
So I liked her back in 2008, I think 2008.
Wow. Okay.
Something. I've been following her since then. I think 2008.
What's her name? Lights, you said?
Yes.
Lights Canadian singer. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool. Well, her name is Valerie.
Her name was Valerie.
Valerie Ann Poxleitner.
No, she officially changed the name to.
Did she?
To Light.
Yeah.
Now she's Light.
Oh, you're right. I see that. Lights Poxleitner. Okay, there we go. Good for her. Mousetrap, followed by Ramen. Cool. So she got some big sign-ons then eventually.
Oh yeah.
Good
But
for
I
her.
liked her more at the start.
Yeah, that's kind of the case, isn't it? A lot of the time. What kind of stuff does she do
Anyway,
nowadays, man? Is she still doing like synth pop kind of stuff, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's also having an own other artist name, which she
Okay.
creates EDM on,
Okay.
which is also kind of fun. But
Yeah, it's always cool to see artists that like make it and are able to keep going even after 10+ years. It's like respect. That must not be easy.
But yeah, I've seen her first couple shows here in the Netherlands, so it was kind of cool. It was a really small venue, and yeah, I don't know.
Amazing.
It was just you could get to the front, to the back, wherever you want to go.
That's awesome, dude. It's so cool to see artists like, make their way to the
It's always
recognition.
nice when they're small, and then when you have to pay $200 for tickets, and it's like bye.
Oh no! Last time I saw her was last year. She was only like still about 20 euros, so it's
Really?
okay.
That
Yeah.
worked.
That's not bad at all. I've heard
No, it was good.
insane prices for like the Taylor Swift concerts, and not cool.
Well, with Taylor
I'm also
Swift,
still trying to eat a little bit.
$20.
I really just got home.
You're good. I got some food. I think Val's eating something, so we're all eating.
Yeah, we've all been eating.
Yo, EJ, what's up? Wait, EJ, can you hear us?
Why audio so bad? Is
There you
it
go.
me?
I think it's probably you.
Hang on.
Okay. This
It's
is
okay, I went data.
Oh, okay. Got it. What's good, man?
I
How
went
you,
data mode.
how you
There
doing?
you go.
How's your day going?
It's going. I'm finally at that place.
What's
No,
that place?
I'm
In your
I'm
office?
sitting in my office,
Yeah.
taking a Zoom call.
Trying to like imitate Val, what Val's always doing, the headset.
Yeah, what Val's always doing. Yeah. Just
Yep.
lock my office door, sit in my chair, and just be like, "Yes, I'm on a Zoom call right now." Morally, I feel compelled. Morally, I felt compelled to take my lunch, so I'm technically multitasking.
We're all eating. Nice. You got some pizza there, EJ? What is that?
That's the campus cafeteria.
Wait, what?
That
Campus?
does look like pizza.
It's pizza. Campus what?
Yeah,
it's-
it's pizza,
dude,
So the
dude.
campus cafeteria.
It gets blurred out, so it looks like they're censoring what you're holding. That's so funny. I'm eating this. Look at it. We can't see it.
No, it's the campus cafeteria here
Okay.
on the campus, and then I got this really foul tasting lemonade as well.
Ooh.
Foul? Why is it foul?
Doesn't taste anything like lemonade. It tastes
Yeah.
like whenever you're a kid and you're at a restaurant and you put the Sweet and Low packets in your water.
Ooh.
You're like, I
Ew.
want to drink sweet water.
That's gross. That is gross.
It's okay. I was considering whether or not I want to do the peach mango iced tea
Mm-hmm.
or the lemonade.
Okay.
But my wife was like, you got to try classic first to see how they're doing. How if they're good at, like,
To
the classic
gauge the
stuff, and then you can
waters.
try the specialty stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So I'm glad I started with this because now I know like.
Don't waste your money on
Lemonade's
anything
crap.
else.
The other
Well,
one's gonna be garbage.
they're still beating the industry standard because it was only like $7 for the meal. So
Wait, that's kind of a lot, right?
mm,
What would a normal meal be like?
Yeah, I'm curious.
And
For
$7
my
sounds like a lot
area-
to me.
so for my area, it really depends on whether you're going to go pick it up yourself or whether you're going to pay to have it delivered, which is obviously the bougie option. If you go pick it up yourself, $10 is standard.
So then minus 7 is $3?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
so
fine
it's,
for a meal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're beating the industry standard. So
I
I mean, like, if you want to...
30, yeah, now, I was going to say that's the same price for me. It's about $30 if you want to have a meal here.
I was going to say, if you want to put good stuff in your body, like, it costs a lot more money. I'm talking about, like, literal crap. Like, literal fake processed crap. Like...
I don't.
But hey, as long as...
My body can't handle that stuff anymore. Like, I can't eat highly processed foods or stuff like that. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. It just makes me feel bad.
How much would a pizza be over there?
Oh, shit, man. We're looking minimum $20, I feel like. Minimum, probably.
In South Korea?
Yeah. Prices there's a lot of inflation right now. I mean, okay, all right. If you go to a restaurant, maybe $15, maybe, but I think it's going to be close to 20. And if you go to like a fancy Italian restaurant, you could pay even closer to like 30 or $40. I think so.
Oh, that's quite a lot, yeah.
Well, to be fair, like obviously the Korean won to euro ratio is probably kind of strange right now. Let me see what it is. I actually don't know. One Korean won.
I like that Ben said there's a lot of inflation right now, as if inflation is something that ever goes away.
Well, I mean, just like, okay, so like, come on, man. When we first came to Korea like 6 years ago, like you could get chicken for like $15, $20. But like if you're getting chicken now, you're going to pay $30, $35 for that chicken. And of course, you know, cheese balls and stuff like that. But like, yeah, it's gone up by $10. Everyone knows that. Even, I guess, street food as well. I guess there was, like, people have an outrage because before you could pay, like, $1 and get the 2 bungeobang, the 2 fish bread, but, like, now it's, like, $1.50 or $2 to get it. So everyone's like, this is outrageous. I can't believe it's changing. Ah. So.
Well, it's especially difficult in Korea because people don't change their jobs as often. And so they're more susceptible for their wages to fall beneath like the trend.
I see.
Where like they don't earn as much because their wages aren't keeping up with inflation. So yeah, that is a rough spot to be in.
I think that's kind of everywhere though.
Not changing jobs?
Yeah.
No, the inflation.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like, my job doesn't keep up as well with the pays compared to what's going out.
Paul, be careful. Ethan will talk about this for like 30 minutes to an hour about how to fix that. He's done a lot of research and thought into it.
No, I'm extremely lazy, so that doesn't really help.
Understandable.
What if his company is actually has like some really competitive wage benefits? Mm-hmm. It's just he's such a bad worker because he's so lazy. They're just like, I mean, I wanna give you a raise, man, but like legit, like it's hard for you to show up to work. And he's just like, yeah, I know.
He's like, yeah, I know. Lazy. I'm aware of that.
And pizza's like up to $56 a slice now. So I mean, what are you gonna do?
Actually, just simple Domino's pizza went up from like €9 to 15.
Bruh, see?
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. It's insane.
Over the last 3 years.
It's insane. Wait, fuck. I lost my audio.
But like, it's not that insane though. Like when you understand why inflation's happening, it's just the devaluing of the purchasing power. So.
Yeah, I can eat less pizza now. My mom would say that's a good thing.
Yo, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I bumped my computer.
Why can't we hear Ben?
Wait, can you hear me, Jay, or not? Oh, fuck you.
Oh
man. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna tell this random story. It's not connected to anything at all, but it made us crack up laughing. The kids, what were they talking about even? I don't even remember the context, but basically, one of the students told us that he was trying to go to YouTube, and that's what it was. We were talking about how you can have bad influences on the internet. And so I asked if the kids had been negatively influenced by the internet, and they're like, a few kids are like, yeah, we have, right? And so I was like, asked them for some examples, and one of the kids said he was trying to type in YouTube, but he misspelled the URL. He missed a few letters somewhere. And so when it popped up, it was some like porn website popped up. And so he's like, oh, he's like very shocking. He was like very shocked. Okay. The funny part is this. There's this one boy in the front of the class who's like always like has like opposite opinions and he's very contrarian and everything. And then he suddenly says, he's like, so how'd you spell the URL? How'd you spell the URL? He's like, how do you spell that? Like immediately the first question he's like, how'd you spell it? And we were like, what are you asking for?
Teacher wants to know.
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the obvious question to ask, though, right?
That's what it is. That's what it is. Is that like he thought like it's like the way he said it was as if like a genuine question, like, oh, how'd you misspell YouTube? But then like there's also the other half of it where it's like, why do you want to know? Oh man, but I don't actually know. I feel like I'm not sure what happened, but that's like not likely to happen because obviously porn websites are blocked in Korea, so you can't most of them you can't access. They'll get taken down even if they do get opened up. So
like Google has such a lock on any URL that's like similar to it.
To YouTube. Well, I mean, that's what confused me because I was like, okay, that's kind of strange. Like that name doesn't really imply anything 18 like 18 plus related. So I did do a quick search like there in the classroom, and I just kind of showed them. I was like, no, guys, there's nothing here. Like any of these sites are saying like there's an error or there's not available. Or it's a fake URL. I was like, so no, nothing like that exists. I was like, don't go home and search it.
I almost just did. Yeah, it's probably not something I should type in on my work computer.
Yes, don't. Please
well,
don't.
I was also in a classroom, so it's not like I shouldn't be. But I knew I wasn't going to find anything as well. As I was just like showing them, I was like, no, guys, there's nothing here. Like you're not going to find anything if you look it up. I don't know what happened, but that did not happen. But it was hilarious. That same kid though. I'll just call him YW. Okay, so we were talking about juvenile crime in Korea because obviously I'm not sure who knows, but there's a certain rule in Korea that like if you were underage, a juvenile, then you can't really get punished that strictly. It's like they really have a high protection for juvenile delinquents in Korea. They might have amended the rule more recently, but it was super lenient before.
It means you're not old enough, right?
Yeah, right. So if they're under 18, like they're basically going to get like a slap on the wrist and that's about all. And there's been some pretty extreme cases. There was a girl 2 years ago, there was a girl in 5th grade. So she would have been like 13, I think. And she stabbed another girl to death. That was a crazy story. Ooh. Yeah, they met according to the article I found, they met at church and then they went back to her house at some point. And they didn't confirm it, but they said that supposedly the victim had spread a rumor that the murderer's parents were going to get divorced. And so the girl murdered her over that. Which is, wow.
What?
Yeah, and she went down the hallway and someone found the victim like lying in the hallway, all fucked up. So.
I mean, typical reaction.
Okay, understandable, yeah. Dude, it's insane, Pollock. It's insane. And I can kind of understand it. Me and you have talked about it a little bit before, Jaye, like the power of words here in Korea. But like, as another example, this is way less extreme. There was a situation in my classroom one day. I have this class full of kids. They're like 9 years old or something. They're super young and very, just like young mentally, not just age-wise. And one of the boys had called me dirty in Korean, I guess. I didn't hear it. I was focused on someone else. But this little girl thought he had called her dirty. And so like I just look over and like her eyes are all teary and she's like trying to like not to break down. And I'm like, you okay? And she was like, and I'm like, okay. I was like, go talk to the homeroom teacher and explain. Yeah, and it turned out it was some big misunderstanding that she thought the boy had called her dirty, and so she was broken up over it. And it was like, oh my god.
What does it even mean when they call you that?
It's just like a derogatory phrase, like that they're angry at you in like a petty way. It's like saying, oh, you're stupid, basically. You just call someone dirty.
All right.
Yeah. But it was hilarious.
You've taken a shower before, right? You know what it means to be dirty.
Oh, I thought he said derby.
Yeah, it translates. What's the phrase, DJ? I forgot what it is. Dorowo? Is that what it is? Dorowo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it translates directly to dirty, but do you know why they use it as an insult? I don't know why they use it. I just know they do. Yeah.
No, it's literally just like you're dirty.
Yeah, they say
Just-
oh, like you're
Just
dirty.
the implication that it's
You're
bad
not
to be
clean.
dirty.
You suck.
Yeah, exactly. That's the implication is that it's better to be clean. I think we can all agree that that's like
You
a
Well,
good thing.
well, I'll stop you right there, Ethan. Actually, being dirty is the prime state to be in. I hate being dirty. I hate dirty things.
It's my favorite ketchup you got there.
Oh, Heinz, classic. Got some Heinz mustard as well. Mustard is underrated, by the way. Mustard is underrated. It is a fucking good condiment.
I don't like mustard at all.
Okay, Paul, get out.
Without looking it up,
Neither.
All right,
Oh
see ya.
no! What? Why not? Paul, why not?
What? Why don't I like it?
Yeah.
I don't like the taste. I don't know why. I tried it a couple times, but like, it's not my thing.
Okay.
Agreed.
What
Mustard?
What about wasabi?
I feel like
Yeah,
people
I don't
who
think
don't
I've
like
had that.
mustard.
Okay.
I feel like people who don't like mustard should just be gotten rid of. No, I feel like people who don't like mustard probably haven't tried enough varieties of mustard. Because there's like a lot of variety to mustard. Like there's no variety to ketchup. Like there's no like cut the BS. You can put you can put whatever shade of red you want on your bottle. Ketchup is just ketchup.
Who said it has to be red? How about some green
Sure,
ketchup?
you can make a blue ketchup bottle. I don't care.
How about
but
blasting green ketchup? You
if you remember that, you're a real one.
Oh yeah.
If you remember this, you're a real one.
Dude, it's come on, it's
Like,
traumatic.
serious.
How do we stay alive?
What was this?
Right here, Val. Easy squirt blasting green. I don't know. I'm not sure that we ever actually had it. There was a different one. They had this green apple jam that we were crazy about. That in hindsight was fucking disgusting, but like whenever you're a kid, you're kind of like, oh, it's weird. I love it.
I do love a good honey mustard with chicken tenders.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just went to the fridge. I do like this one.
There we go.
It's got honey mustard and dill.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Val
Interesting.
said.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the dill, but it sounds good.
That's really good. But in general, I don't like mustard. But this doesn't really taste like the regular mustard.
I guess it depends on like
Yeah,
what food
well-
you have to eat it with as well, though, right?
So there's like mustard that comes from the mustard seed, and then there's like what Americans call mustard. You're actually talking about like the vinegar flavor that's associated with the most traditional like yellow sour mustard. But there's a lot of different types of mustard.
Okay, here we go. We have
Scroll down to the
yellow
bottom,
mustard, English mustard, Dijon mustard. We have honey mustard, spicy brown mustard, Bavarian sweet mustard, whole grain mustard. There could be more. There's just some of the ones they listed.
So
right there.
that whole grain mustard is
Yeah.
fire. That stuff is so good.
I have a feeling it would be. I only remember like I vaguely remember
dude.
trying it like once maybe,
Mm.
but yeah.
So let me tell you how to enjoy the whole grain mustard. No. Um,
What do you eat it with? Like,
seriously, though,
what's your
if you
recommendation
like-
to eat it with?
It can go literally with anything. So you could do like an egg and cheese sandwich where you do like a fried egg
Okay.
and then just like a little bit of cheese, and then you just spread that on your bread, like with a really crusty bread, like a baguette. Amazing. Another thing you could do is you could like pair it with some fish. It goes really well with fish. Oh yeah, that stuff's the bomb.
Ooh, fish. That's a good one. Fish is mustard with fish.
Mhm.
Is there any better sauces for fish though? Because I'm curious. Like I do get like this basil pesto fish from a restaurant here. It's not bad, but I'm always kind of curious. Like, what sauce tastes the best on fish? Because I don't like white, like tartar sauce. Not a fan. Mustard, mayonnaise. Not a fan.
I feel like there's like wine sauces that go with fish, depending on the fish.
Okay. I guess soy sauce could work.
It is rough for you that you don't like
Mm-hmm.
mayonnaise because
Mm-hmm.
I agree tartar sauce isn't great,
Okay.
but there's like variants of tartar sauce,
I see.
like cane sauce,
Mhm.
like Raising Cane's chicken here in the States.
Oh,
They're
okay.
soft. and variants of that sauce are like bomb.
Oh man, it just makes my skin crawl looking at it. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude. So good. Honestly, though, if you get out of like the range of like the if you get out of the range of like the sour sauces, then you really get into like fruits and stuff. And I feel like that's what like a lot of fine dining, like they'll do like a grape sauce or some kind of kiwi sauce.
Maybe blueberries as well. I think sometimes I've seen people serve like blueberry looking type sauces. I don't know if it's a real thing, but
yes, because I saw
it's food. It's all real.
I saw a reel.
A reel
I
about
saw a
it.
reel where this dad cooked blueberry chicken with his kid,
chicken.
and it was a blueberry sauce. That's what he made. He made some sort of a blueberry sauce.
How interesting.
And I was like, oh, it's pretty cool.
I mean, that's not the worst thing ever. I mean, compared to like there was this little thing here in Korea. I'm sure you guys must have seen it. EJ definitely did. I'm not sure about Paul and Bao. Mint choco chicken.
I don't even like mint chocolate.
Dude, it was like there's a big debate in Korea if you like mint choco or don't like mint choco. It's like a dividing line. Yeah. And so there was some store that made chocolate chicken and mint chocolate chicken. Yeah.
I watch way too many Korean contents to not know that.
Good. Then you know it. Okay. I don't think they sell it anymore, but that was a thing. They also have mint choco.
That looks awful. That picture looks.
I know,
so
right? It doesn't even look yummy. Oh man. I mean, to be honest with you,
something Fear Factor.
I can somehow imagine in some scenario that it could possibly taste good, like maybe chocolate chicken, just because of like the savory and sweet. But not in fast food form. It would have to be like there had to be like zero grease in that chicken for it to work.
It's the color. It's the color that's so off-putting.
That's true as well. Yeah. And then
Very
of course here is the mint chocolate.
No, it's the combination with chicken that's kind of off-putting for me. How do you guys feel about dessert pizzas then? Because we got to figure out like where the line is on this stuff, like dessert plus non-dessert food. What do you guys think about dessert pizzas? Yay or nay? I don't know what a dessert pizza is.
They have like these dessert pizzas where it's a pizza, but instead of like sauce and cheese, you put like chocolate sauce or brownies or ice cream or fruits and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a funky pancake or crepe or that's not so like if you suddenly had tomato sauce and cheese and then you put some chocolate on top.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you a not so secret story about that. I'm not a dessert fan at all.
Okay.
Like I went to a restaurant with my ex sometimes, and she would get a dessert, and instead of a dessert, I would just get like something that you get before your meal, like a soup.
Okay, like an appetizer or something.
Yeah.
Do you
I get a soup
chaser?
after. I'm not a dessert fan at all.
What'd you say, EJ?
He was using it as a chaser.
A chaser? How does that work?
Well, you know, like how you have like whenever you're drinking alcohol, and then you have like your main alcohol, and then you have your chaser, whatever you follow it with. And so he's like has his main meal, and then he has his chaser, like his soup, whatever he's using.
Gotcha. Mint choco dokboki was another thing they created here. Yeah.
Okay, that one may be different. That one, like I can see, could be.
I wish, Val, but I think I'm seeing fish cakes and eggs in there. Why the fuck would you do that? I don't know for sure, but it looks like it. That looks like a fish cake, and that's definitely an egg, right?
Okay, that's wrong.
That's wrong. That's a crime. They could have just.
Like if you just did the rice cake.
Yeah, rice cakes would be fine. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we I mean, we eat rice cakes in like at Solbing and stuff like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there's lots of different things you can do with rice cakes.
That's not too much of a yeah.
Rice cake desserts.
Oh yay, my monthly crypto statement.
we are legally obligated to send this to you, even though it has no bearing on blah 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 blah.
No, yeah, legit. We provide statements to all active accounts, even though there's zero balances.
Yeah. I get the same email.
Well, you didn't have to slay. You didn't have to slay me so hard. Wait, you don't have a balance anymore?
No. We transferred it all to my wallet. Right?
Oh, you don't have it. You don't have it traded. Okay, I got you. You're not trading on the market. So
It's on a cold wallet. Yeah, it's on my cold wallet because you sent it over to me.
Makes sense.
Speaking of that, though, that kind of goes back to like the not improving your paycheck. I think a lot of people in Korea are investors. I think most of them investing is a practice for most of them. Well, at least in Seoul. I don't know about Jeju so much. In Seoul, like the kids get started from young investing. So like the most of my students have money put away in investments or in savings until they reach a certain age.
I mean, honestly, it's a smart thing to do. I mean, you got to let your money grow.
It's a necessary thing. You must do it. You must. There's just no way you can't.
I don't necessarily agree with the concept of saving money.
No, of course not.
But I do agree with the concept of actively investing. But also, like, I do recognize that there's a lot of privilege there. Of like having not just your basic amenities met, but the things you want to do as well, and then still having excess after that to be able to put away in investment. I think that, you got to recognize that there is, a certain amount of privilege associated with the fact that you're able to put money in an investment fund or whatever whatever avenue you choose, and then just let it sit there. Because you can't, pull it back out. So.
Depending on what you're investing in, though. I mean, like, okay, if you're living like literally paycheck to paycheck, where you have a balance of like $0 left over at the end, then yeah. But I feel like I'm not so sure about stocks. You have to correct me if I'm wrong on that. I know for sure with crypto, like you could invest as low as $1. So I feel like with crypto, like there's no excuse to not. Well, if you believe in the industry, if you think it's a valuable one. But it can't with stocks. Are you allowed
crypto,
to
obviously,
invest?
yeah. There's a lot of for stocks you would have fractional share.
Yeah, a fractional share
where
right?
you can buy part of a share, but
it's probably a limit on that, isn't there? Like at least $100 or something, or is it not?
No, Robinhood has eliminated a lot of those. Like you can invest like pennies, but I think the point is why, right? So like, I'll give you an example. Like, let's say I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and at the end of the month, I have about maybe like $50 left over, and that's like my swing fund where I can, I use that to kind of offset any difficulties I have. Well, I have two options. I can either put that money away every month, $50 every month. At the end of the year, I'll have, $600. That's fine. But that $600, like, what are the odds that I needed that to do something big on one of those months of the year that my paycheck wouldn't allow me to do? Like refresh the tags on my car, or
unforeseen
change insurance providers,
things,
or unforeseen incurrences. And that's kind of where the difficulty comes in with investment of like, yes,
you don't have
we
access
want
to
people
the
to
money.
make more responsible choices, but if you don't have access to money, like
that's why most
your
people,
responsible choice is to find a way to make more money.
That's why most financial advisors recommend you have like some sort of like $1,000 or whatever you can to be sitting on, and then everything else you can kind of put into investments. Yeah. That is honest. I don't know. Not really a regret, but I do wish I had invested more of my money while I was living in Korea. It was so fucking difficult. I mean, even when the stuff that I did invest, a couple thousand, like, it was so hard to get that over to the States, and there was so much money lost because of the transfers. But even so, I do wish I was able to invest a little bit more than I did. Oh well, live and learn. Paul, not an investment guy?
I don't know anything about it, so I don't do it. That's kind of my safety thing.
I don't either. It was like, what was it, 2020 when I got into it deep?
He's just confined himself he's resigned himself to a life of never being able to afford another Domino's pizza.
Oh my gosh. Paul,
I mean,
you gotta
that's the easiest
clap
thing
back.
to do, right? It's like, no, like that's the easiest thing to do for us, you know, in the societies of the world that we have is you find whatever level you can already comfortably exist at and just accept
Maintain that
whatever is limited outside of that. So like, it's going to be different levels. For some people, they won't ever be able to just go out and buy the new iPhone. But they can buy themselves enough food and they can live comfortably. Okay. They just accept that they're not going to drive a Rolls Royce and they're not going to be able to buy the new iPhone for year. They'll live with older stuff, but at least they'll be taken care of and, you know, happy. And there's people who are even beneath that where they can't just go out and buy whatever food they want. They have to live on a, you know, strictly limited budget where they can only eat like this food because that's the only thing they can afford. And they have to accept the limits beyond that and just be like, okay, well, as long as I can live within these limits, I'm okay. And then, of course, you know, you have like reasonably affluent people who are like, well, I guess I'll never be able to own a second home, but since I own my home right now and I drive a nice car, you know, I'm happy with that. Like, we all have our limits that we're living
things
within.
in between, but okay.
Oh yeah, no, exactly, right. Like so many things in between, just to kind of give like an idea of the spectrum. And then like the people who aren't comfortable living with those limits, those are the ones who do something or try to do something to change it. Yeah.
There's also a danger in it, isn't there? Yeah, I don't like that. That's the part I don't like.
About investing specifically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, honestly, to have a safe investment, like, who can say, you know, sometimes 5 years is all you need to see a decent return and then you can cash out. But the factors are not just the markets, they're also where you're at in your personal life. So like if your goal is retirement, and if you start now, let's say that's 15 years in the future, just as an example. Well, the market could, like at the time that you want to retire, the market might not agree with you. You might have to wait another 5 years because it might be on a downswing. So you might have to wait for the market to come back on an upswing, which is another 5 years, which offsets your personal life. And, you know, you're changing, you know, your life based on what the market says. So I think that's definitely not you know, it doesn't work for everybody.
Not really what I was referring to, but I was thinking like it can go down as well, right?
Yes, it goes down, but as long as you're invested into like an ETF, for example, you own a fund that is a myriad of companies. So as long as you hold your position, it will go back up. Like definitively, it will go back up. It's just a matter of how long you're willing to wait for it to go back up. And that's where the difficulty comes in. It's not that it's a guessing game of whether or not you're going to make money or not. You will make money. The question is, will you make money in your lifetime? Will you make money in the time that you need the money? Will you make enough money to make it worth it? Those are the questions, really. Which is, I think, is kind of the questions that we ask ourselves about everything, right? Like college, work.
Yeah, the question I think more about it is like
getting married.
How much time do you want to give it? And I think most people don't want to make the time investment to understand how it works. Which is kind of, I guess in general, right? Like whenever you feel like you don't have much time or energy already, why would you invest it in this other stuff that you don't see the relevance or purpose of? Because even with...
That's kind of the issue. I think the majority of us don't ever look beyond our current circumstances.
Or it's...
Well, to add...
Oh, Val, jump in. Go ahead.
I was just going to say to add what you said, Ben. It's like, and it's what EJ was also touching upon, depending on your privilege. Like, do you have time in your life to even think about this? Because if you're poor, you don't have time. You're just thinking about where am I getting the next dollar to put food on the table. So investing is not even on your radar, maybe?
Well, there's a lot of things that aren't on your radar whenever you're poor. And I think that there's a lot of things that are on your radar. Like speaking from my own experience, I think there are things that are on your radar that shouldn't be on your radar. At least it was for me.
An iPhone.
Yeah, when I was struggling. So the difference was that the reason that my rags to riches success story is not applicable is because I still even in my worst moments, I still had the privilege. I still had multiple privileges, right? The privilege that I was educated, the privilege that I was white, the privilege that I spoke English, the privilege that I had mobility in all of my limbs and extremities. So I think like it's kind of two different conversations. The conversation of like, yeah, we can talk about privilege and we can talk about how that impacts every single individual. But I think ultimately the more useful conversation, because we can't do much for privilege rather than recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are still actions we can take within our underprivileged state to make meaningful progress, I guess is what I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
You definitely hope so.
I mean, like, yeah, you definitely hope so. I think that's the hope, right? Like, just because you're born in a certain zip code in the States, like, let's say you're born in the inner city of Detroit, like, just because you have overwhelming statistical odds against you doesn't mean that that's an absolute, like,
game over.
If you work hard enough and you try hard enough, you can live a different life. It might not be radically different, but you can, potentially beat the odds.
Yeah.
Like one extra holiday a year.
I mean, hey, holidays have never even been something that. I mean, growing up, that wasn't really something that our family did.
Like taking holidays. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, like going on vacations.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a funny conversation as well, like the difference in cultures and how people treat vacations.
Yeah, I think that's a good point though, right? It's like taking a vacation a year is like be seen as an improvement. Taking time off work can be seen as an improvement. If you're working literally, day to day, paycheck to paycheck, you're literally working yourself to death. Like, yeah, taking a break can also be seen as an improvement. And then there's also other sides of the spectrum. Like, for me, my goal isn't to work hard enough that I get rich and I can retire, or work hard enough that I don't have to work anymore. My goal is to have better work, bigger work. So, like, I think that it is different for each person. Like, if I had $1 million, or like, let's just say, for example, I want $1 million. If the reason I want $1 million is not, oh, now I can buy the new iPhone, now I can buy a new MacBook, now I can buy a new Apple Watch, buy a new car, so on and so forth. Like, my want to have $1 million is so that I could be in control of a bigger business, or like, buy a portion of a business and be in control of that business, use that to get the next one. I think that there's
so different.
differences. Yeah, there's a difference, right, between like wanting to use buying power to better yourself in terms of your experience of X makes me happy, so I'm going to buy more of X. Or, not working is better than working, so I'm going to choose to not work now that I have the financial means to do so. I think it's very different for each person.
I would definitely be in group, not work.
Yeah, group, not work. Yeah. And I think that, like, everybody sits somewhere on that spectrum of what they want to do. I've definitely talked to Ben before about this, but like, the world of business is just kind of like a game. It's kind of like an addictive game that you can play. And like, because money's not real, money's made up. So like, it's like whenever you're
on holiday everywhere.
Yeah, see all the places.
Yeah,
man, I hate traveling so much. Like, just personally speaking, nothing professional at all. Just personally speaking, I hate traveling so much.
That's for a myriad of reasons, though, I think, right, DJ? So, like, fear of heights and the difficulty in planning stuff, and maybe anxiety.
I don't think that I've ever cultivated the proper context to enjoy traveling. Like, I don't have any kind of context to enjoy traveling. Like, I always see these videos on Instagram. of people like
We all do.
making like a joke or a meme video about something that happens to them on vacation.
Yeah.
Like when they're traveling somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's always like the most horrendous situation. Like it's not like it's almost like, you'd rather die than be in that situation if you're me.
Okay.
But for them it's just like
Part of the
here's
joy.
a funny thing that happened to me on vacation.
I see.
Yeah, it's like here's a funny thing that happened to me while I was backpacking across Europe. Here's a funny thing that happened to me while I was
Anything can
yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah,
Literally.
anything can happen. Yeah. So maybe I just think it's funny.
You like the adventure,
Yeah,
I
go
guess,
ahead.
Paul?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Like when I'm going to Korea, the only thing I've got booked is the place I'm gonna stay at and the flight. Further, I have no plans yet.
Mm. Yep.
Kind of like that. We'll just see whatever I'm gonna do.
I love it, dude.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Sounds amazing.
Did the same thing in Austria 2 years ago.
I think it's definitely a difference in terms of culture, though. I think, well, I mean, obviously there's individual stuff, but I think also culturally, its stuff is also a bit different. Like, yeah, here in Korea, I think the standard for people when they travel is to like make sure everything is planned. The mindset's kind of like make sure you get the most out of your money, and so people like to book stuff for every single day, and then throughout the day they also have stuff lined up as well. But yeah, I think for a lot of my European friends, most of them are more like you, Paul, with it. They like to just kind of wing it and just kind of, just see whatever happens, be open to adventure.
Yeah, I get that. Most of my friends are like that as well.
But I think it's just a completely different kind of approach to vacations as well, though, because correct me if I'm wrong, I thought in Europe, most countries have like a lot more vacation time compared to the States or to Asia, don't they?
Well, everyone has more time than Asia, but I don't know how much. I don't know how much the States has.
EJ, what's it like in the States? I haven't been there in so long. 2 weeks a year? That's a beautiful, Val.
1 second. You actually have
It's a tiki hut on the water.
A tiki hut floating out there.
Wait, where's Val at?
Miami.
Miami.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to Miami.
We have like 20 or 21 vacation days average on the year.
Man, EJ's about to like say a much smaller number than that. He's looking at his papers there.
Yeah,
For me, Paul, I have like my contract says I think 10 days is like my contract says 10 days. So
where did the paper go?
yeah.
All right, that's not a lot.
Yeah, no. Obviously, I mean, and that's to be fair. Like we do get national holidays, but still.
There
Good.
Here we go.
Yeah.
No, we don't go.
Almost. I think
We have some national holidays as well.
Here we go.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
I usually need to work during those.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Just because of your job
Okay.
specifically, I guess.
Yeah, because of my job.
So for the fiscal year of 2024,
Mm-hmm.
Is it me or does Ethan really sound like a businessman?
Oh, he's a businessman, dude. He's at the office.
Okay.
okay. So my work, and bear with me because this is, thankfully I don't have anybody in the office next to me, but this is the most luxurious job that I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
Just to kind of give some frame of reference for these, like this, these benefits are very, very nice. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure it's also classified information, but
I don't think it is actually. I'm gonna read you.
I saw a meme
It
like
allows
on
us.
Twitter the day where it's like whenever you're at work, you're dreaming of vacation, and when you're on vacation, you're thinking about work. That kind of sums up
What? I never think about work.
You shouldn't.
Me neither.
You shouldn't.
Me neither.
No.
But it can be hard for some people to switch the mindset. Like once you're on vacation, you're still like stressed because of stuff.
Oh no, I can even do that on a weekday. As long as my shift is over, it's gone.
Okay.
It's back to K-pop.
So what is Battlefield? Because you have a lot of experience working in the States. Is the work that you do kind of like a very central part of your identity?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Cool. So,
It's just a paycheck.
but you still feel that way, right, Ben?
My job is part of my identity.
Yeah.
I think that would be true if you were able to guess on what job someone has when you speak with him.
It's okay. So the thing for me, the approach I've always taken to work is like that I have to be there a lot. So I want to make sure that I enjoy it to some extent. So it's like, yeah, I care about the kids and like helping them, but it's just a job, you know? And I could definitely be just as happy or happier somewhere else. So I'm not sure as part of my identity as much as it might have once been, EJ. I think in the past it probably a lot bigger, but you know, you get it after a few years in the force, you're kind of like, oh, this is just work, you know, clock in, clock out. So, of course, you know, I still care about the kids. I'm still, you know, hoping to help them however I can, but it's not so much part of my identity, I don't think, anymore.
Okay, so, and this is, I'm just going to read you what they wrote here, like at the top of this job posting, because I saw the posting saved.
Yeah.
They break it all down between like all the different types of leave and what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the bottom, it says it all adds up to 12 weeks of paid time off.
Okay. That's a lot.
So that includes, so right off the bat, you have to take out 3 weeks of sick leave and 3 weeks of annual leave. So those are just days that, you know, the employee gets to use at their discretion. So that's 6 weeks. 6 weeks of days that they can use for just whatever they choose to use it for 6 days or for taking days off work or whatever. The catch with that is that those are accrued, and a lot of companies do that. Those are accrued throughout the year. So like you have to work from like January 1st to December 31st to actually enjoy those 6 weeks of leave.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's accrued during time. So you don't get it all at once to use. You get like a day every 2 weeks. You'll get another day. And it'll add to your balance. And once you save up enough, you can use it and take some time off. So that's 6 weeks. But it still leaves the 6 other weeks. And that is split up between 1 more week of discretionary leave. So that's leave that you have to save up to use. So you get like a day at a time, almost like an allowance. So like those are useful. That 7 weeks is useful, but you have to save up for it. And it's not something that you can get. Now you can borrow it, but that means that you have to stay at the company until you've paid it back, or they'll eliminate it from your paychecks and you won't get paid money. Right. So it's not actually paid time off. Yeah. So that's all complicated. The time that it's actually closed is 1 week for spring break, 1 week for Thanksgiving break, 1 week of winter holidays. So that's 3 weeks that the campus is just closed. And then we are closed on Fridays in June and July. So that's another 8 days. So basically 3 weeks, 8 days, and then 4 other holidays that they're closed for as well. So basically 4 weeks of time that the campus is actually closed that you still get paid for that.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Now compare that with my last job when I was working as the high-level manager in a retail situation, and they gave me it was 2 or 3 weeks of PTO for the entire year. So you can take it, but you have to spread it out over the entire year.
No,
and you can never take more than a certain number of days at a time. Yeah, you can never take more than 4 at a time.
Oh my gosh. Whew.
So, yeah.
Very restrictive. Very restrictive.
So, yeah, and I think that both of those jobs represent, like Val was speaking to earlier, privilege, of being at a higher level. People are at a lower level. If you're part time, you get 0 of this. So you literally work whenever you're scheduled, and you don't have sick leave. You don't have it. Like if you miss a day at work, that counts against your attendance. If you build up a bad attendance record, they're going to fire you on the grounds that you don't come to work, job abandonment, so on and so forth.
I am not going to work in the US.
What field do you in, in the US? Paul? I mean,
well, that's a fun thing. I think you can guess even what kind of things I do.
It's got to be something related to tech, right?
Yeah.
So what is it?
I just work at a service desk, an IT service desk.
Service desk, yeah.
You could kind of guess that, I think, with me.
Well, you said you like woke from home, so I just kind of assumed it must be something like in the field. How long have you been doing it?
The US is a great place to work
for that field, EJ. It's a good place to work.
I mean, sure, if your goal is to get rich, but you have to develop a different kind of mindset for that, right? So like a great way right now is like cybersecurity, which, I mean, if you've worked in information technology services, like IT services, like you are, then you can translate most of those skills over to cybersecurity. That's a huge field right now. There's a lot of startups that you could go in, make 6 figures a year. Now there's some trade-off. The trade-off is that your work environment's going to be crap because nobody knows what's going on. None of your managers are going to be experienced. All of your coworkers are going to be a mess all of the time. But like it again, the mindset isn't this is my job that I'm going to work at and care about. The mindset is you're job farming essentially. You go in, you get as much money as you can. You leave with no non-disclosure agreement, so you can go to the next startup, do the same thing, and just job farm for 10 years, and you'll make the money. Yeah, you just have to form a different mindset to create a different result.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. But I get what you mean. I'm just like I'm chilling right now. I'm good where I'm at. So.
Hey Ben, totally off topic. I uploaded one of Tiara's concerts, to YouTube.
Yeah, years ago.
Years ago now.
Yeah.
Well, I still get people commenting on it all the time, and I get emails about it. Like, just 4 hours ago, there was people commenting on it, which is hilarious. Yeah, it has almost 60,000 views.
Let's go.
Oh my God, 10 years ago?
Bruh.
Yeah, it was January 30th, 2014, so 9 years ago.
Do you mind if I pull the video up, or should I not?
Oh, I don't care. It's find it.
It sounds like an old YouTube video, but
it was a concert we ripped back whenever we used to rip Blu-rays.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Oh, you ripped it from a Blu-ray.
We wouldn't rip them, but just like downloading them.
I thought you went to the concert for a bit.
I think the name of the video is Candy Box Fun, because that was the name of their tour.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Candy
Box Fun. Just been sitting on there baking for.
There we go. 9 years, 58,000 views. I can't believe it's like still on. Like it never got like anything against it, dude. It's incredible.
Never got flagged. Dude, if you go into the description, they separated it by song.
They did. They even helped you out with it.
Put the songs in there.
Even helped you out with it.
Oh, what?
Amazing. Yep. Look at that. Newest first. 5 hours ago. 3 weeks. 1 month. So many comments.
Isn't that awesome?
Amazing.
My oldest YouTube video is from 2007.
Oh.
But it's like 160p quality, so.
Yeah, that used to be our thing back in the day with K-pop rips was finding the highest quality content because high quality content wasn't really as available back then. I don't feel like
it was.
Oh, mine's not K-pop related. I was just roller skating in a city.
Oh, that's awesome! I love roller skating.
That is cool.
Roller skating videos.
No, I mean, like it just wasn't readily available. Like if you went to YouTube and you typed in like K-pop HD
it was
or whatever.
2007. I was 17.
Damn, bro. 2007. Yeah, it was. That was kind of fun, EJ, that era for us, because like, yeah, for me anyway, like I got into it because of J-pop. So like K-pop stuff was available on YouTube. J-pop stuff was not available on YouTube, And so for J-pop, I always had to dig for like the MP3s or the music videos and that kind of stuff. And that just kind of led to also looking for, Blu-ray rips or DVD rips or whatever. And then
also none of us could read Japanese, so it was really difficult.
Not really. There was so many other resources. There was like an Indonesian website that would post links. There was English ones that would post links, and just kind of would use them until they got taken down, and then move to the next one. Fun time. It was a fun time. There was something about like the excitement of like looking for it and then finding the treasure. It was like a treasure hunt almost. Like what can you find today and what's online? What's got taken down already? Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Just downloading songs.
Yeah.
And movies.
Right, man. Yeah.
Or like whichever pirated website you could find.
Exactly. And you gotta do some digging and like which ones are safe, which ones are not safe, which one's a lie, which one's a scam.
Oh, got a virus again.
Exactly, dude. Like you had to like be so careful about viruses. I remember a few times that I was young, but I would like there would be stuff I wanted so badly. I was like, is it really gonna be a virus? Like it's worth the risk.
Well, it was kind of easy back then. You just reinstall your computer when you get a virus. So like
that was definitely easy to take care of back then. It was also easy because file names hadn't really developed that far, and so it was a lot of times like if
you could tell
the bots weren't quite as smart. Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, you could tell.
And like if you typed in something that was, and it just matched your whatever you typed in, just word for word, it was like, okay, that's a scam. Or if you typed in, it was like too many hits, and it was like, yeah, that's a scam.
Right. Whenever it had like the exploded numbers of like 1 million people, it was like, okay, no way. Yeah, that's true. Because like usually the ones that were legit would be just like the first letters of like the name, and we all kind of knew like, oh, okay, that's the code.
Yeah, you had a certain amount of people, and
right. Like it was like a certain inside lingo you had to know about. Oh, so much fun, so much fun.
Now we have AIs to make all of that stuff for us. So.
Well, and I think also like data storage has kind of changed a lot as well, because nowadays a lot of us just use streaming apps or platforms, and right, so it's not as much need. Before it's like you had to save everything to your hard drive because it's going to get taken down off the internet at some point due to copyright strikes, and so you want to have a copy of it so you can share it with your friends or whatever, or just for your own personal use. So
at one point here in the Netherlands, it was allowed to download everything, but you just weren't allowed to share it.
Gotcha. That's not bad, to be honest.
It's so strange though. So for those of you who don't know, I'm building a house, and like it's weird because there's all these things that like living in different houses throughout my life. I've like, oh, this thing has annoyed me or that thing has annoyed me. Related specifically to tech, like where there are wires, where there are power plugs, where there's coax, things like that. And thinking like, okay, cool. So now I have the opportunity to like, put all of that into the home while I'm, building it. But the strangest thing about it is that like, it's all obsolete now. Like none of it matters anymore.
Huh?
Because,
how do you mean?
Like, first of all, like
still
one
power.
thing that I always thought was really cool. Yes, you still need power. You still need power. But everything else is wireless. So like a great example is like when I was growing up, I always thought that it was really cool whenever people had speakers, like a speaker system that was like around their house.
Oh yeah.
Like when you have a speaker in your ceiling or whatever. But like that's like super outdated now. If you want a PA system in your home, just buy some, Google Homes or some Amazon Alexas or some Apple HomePods and just set one in each room, and they're boom, you can talk to them.
Yeah,
your
I
Apple
got
Watch
Sonos
from your
system.
iPhone. Yeah. Sonos system is good as well. Sonos is, I mean, they're very pricey for me, but
they are
amazing.
Like I don't really have
their audio
any
quality is
issues, so
makes sense. So like the audio system is one side of it. Another side of it is like Ethernet. Like we don't really use Ethernet anymore. Like it's anything you want. It's just faster to use Wi-Fi. It like the connectivity issues we had with it even 5 years ago.
I mean,
they're gone. Like
you cannot see it. Yeah, I still put a cable to my PC because I'm a IT guy and I like cables.
Yeah, no, and I think that like for what is it, for fiber, like giga speeds, like that's coming to my neighborhood soon. So like for fiber, that's going to be that's going to be a situation. It's really exciting. that's going to be a situation where, like, yeah, I'll want to hardline like the TV or my computer or whatever. But it's not like you don't need them in as much as we needed them all those years ago. Whenever I was really into IT, but I think like another thing is like I have 2 servers and a long time because I didn't like the electricity usage. But now that I'm finally at my house, like I could set up a server system again. But then I was also thinking, I was like, why? Like, why would I set up a server system, right? Why not just farm that out to Amazon, But I just think it's interesting. I think so technology changes so fast that I have this. What I felt like was a really cool opportunity to integrate a lot of technology into the home is like, oh, well, I guess there's already been literally billions of dollars invested by corporations such as Google or Amazon or Apple to integrate those things into homes that don't have wiring set up for it. And so, that their technology is so much more stable that, like, why would you not just buy, 3 Apple HomePods and just set them up and save yourself the trouble of, setting up a whole server system and a connected sound audio PA system and all the things that was really cool to do in the late 90s and early 2000s. But now that I actually have a home, it's like, no, you can't do that. You don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, my dad recently redid his garage, and he put a coax cable to the garage, and I was like, "Why did you do that?" Well, so I can hang a TV in the future. I'm like,
yeah,
but why do you put a coax? Just put an internet cable to it. He was like,
so
yeah, but then I don't have TV. I'm like, no, you will have TV with an internet cable.
That's awesome.
But now he has a coax cable there, and basically nothing works with it at this moment. So he just did this last year.
Coax is a single line of copper. Yeah, it's a single line of copper. Nothing is going to work with this coax. It's an analog signal receiver. So
yeah, well, he still has an old TV which he plans to hang up there. But then you only have like the main couple of channels to watch, so like you still cannot watch what you want to.
Need an antenna.
Yeah, he needs an antenna.
So that wasn't the best thought of him.
Get the dark web programming.
Like just put a Google Chromecast to it, but the reach in his backyard is not strong enough, so he has a problem with that.
Well, even now, like we have things where if it's on the same electrical circuit, you can just you can buy a device that plugs into the outlet.
Yeah, that's probably gonna save him.
You can travel Ethernet over the. Yeah. So again, it's
but he already has one of those.
We have a solution for all the problems.
It's kind of
probably so, right?
Yeah. He's got one to the attic as well because the signal is just too weak. Anyway, why are we looking at retro setups?
I'm thinking like the only justification of like setting up an old TV would be if you want to have like the retro vibe or I forget what it's called, but they had the different way of interpreting the colors on old consoles. Do you know about that? Was it RCT or something? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, RGB.
No, there's
just
like
RGB, I guess.
No, not RGB. So on the Sega consoles, the way that televisions interpreted the signals was different.
Yeah, one was sound, one was video, and one was
not even that. I think it's something different, Paul. I can't remember what it's called though. Fuck. Sega.
Ben's on the. He's on that. What's that?
It was a SCART cable.
Rubik's Cube.
That's what you mean, right?
Ben's on the.
You mean the SCART cable?
Is it? I don't know.
Being solved in negative time.
What's that, EJ?
Rubik's Cube. I said Ben's on his Rubik's Cube rant about how Rubik's Cubes are being solved faster and faster every year. Eventually they'll be solved so fast they'll be solved in negative times, which will reverse time, and Rubik's Cube will become the ultimate powerful object.
Wait, what?
It's like they use different colors. It was before the Illuminati touched all of our TV sets and changed the colors. No, Ben.
Do you just mean the cable, Ben?
No, I mean literally how they displayed the graphics was different.
It's the hill he's gonna die on. It's the hill he's gonna die on.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
This is the hill he's gonna die on.
I've literally heard so many people talk about it and explain it, and I
Paul gave you
forgot
so
the
many
word.
options for a gracious exit.
I
and you're
know,
literally
right?
like,
And I
"No,
keep like,
Paul.
no, Paul,
No,
shut the
Paul.
fuck up. I know what
No,
I'm
Paul."
talking about. And I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Please, God, let me find what I'm looking for.
I think he's just looking for anything, but
Just anything at this point, right? Anything I can explain it away. Oh, man. Okay, CRT. That was the phrase. I was looking for CRT.
Not to be confused.
Isn't that whenever you need to resuscitate somebody?
Okay, so I also don't
because
exactly.
we saw those wide ones, we call it scars.
That's what I meant. Don't confuse it with the other one.
So critical race theory. Let's talk about that.
I think you should look for cables instead of TVs.
Well, I mean, this is what I was talking about, though, because the way that the CRTs work is different from how LCDs work, and so, like, it would change how the video games appear.
Yeah, oh, like that.
Like
okay.
this right here. This is what I was meant. This is what I was talking about. How it looks blurry on the modern ones, but then on the classic ones, it actually looks stylistic and cool because they knew it was going to show up that way. And that's what I was talking about. So, like, that's the only justification I can think of for setting up an old television is because if you want to keep your games in a certain style, so they appear a certain way. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. I'm justified. I found what I was looking for.
I kind of have to go, actually.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late. I better go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for
Well, no,
jumping on,
it's
guys.
not late. My friends are having a bonfire party, and I'm invited too. So
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for jumping on. See you guys next week on Tuesday, Wednesday. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.